I'm sure you heard the news that Chuck Norris passed away, and I don't know about you, but to me, this is a bummer. I've always enjoyed the Chuck Norris jokes, and he seems like a nice guy. Nice to have somebody without any big scandals that I know of in our world. And yeah, it's just a bummer that he's gone. But I hope the Chuck Norris jokes live on, so I'm making a little tribute balloon for us. And while you watch me make the balloon in super fast motion, because it took a little while, I thought I'd read some Chuck Norris jokes. Chuck Norris doesn't do push ups, he pushes the earth down. When Chuck Norris enters a room, he doesn't turn the lights on, the darkness turns off. Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice. Time waits for no one unless Chuck Norris tells it to. Chuck Norris can divide by zero. When the boogeyman goes to sleep, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris once won a game of Connect 4 in 3 moves. Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door. Chuck Norris doesn't need a GPS, the world finds him. Chuck Norris can kill 2 stones with 1 bird. Chuck Norris doesn't wear a watch, he decides what time it is. Chuck Norris doesn't get brain freeze, ice cream gets Chuck freeze. Chuck Norris doesn't read books, he stares them down until they give him the information. Chuck Norris can make onions cry. Chuck Norris once roundhouse kicked a calendar. That's why February only has 28 days. Chuck Norris once beat a big brick wall in a game of tennis. Chuck Norris doesn't get older, time gets younger. Chuck Norris doesn't need a parachute, the ground avoids him. Chuck Norris once went skydiving, and the sky gave up. Once Chuck Norris hit the snooze button, and Monday got delayed. Chuck Norris can start a fire with an ice cube. So, yeah, there's some Chuck Norris jokes for you. I hope that his passing might remind us to think about what kind of legacy we leave in this world. Because there are a lot of things that we are tempted to live for, and so many of those things aren't things that make a difference or that people remember when we're gone. Even the jokes and the fact that he didn't do something crazy to mess up the jokes, that in itself is a legacy. But how do we love people? How do we live our life? Are we kind? Are we friendly? Are we there for those who need us? That's a challenge for all of us.